Hey everybody, welcome back to Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, join Ninja Nation. Hit subscribe right now, and without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Jeffrey Springs, who had 9 strikeouts in 6 innings thanks to these sliders. He has a 2.25 ERA this year and a 176 batting average against that slider. Next, we'll move on to Sandy Alcantara. Sandy didn't have his best outing. He gave up 4 earned runs in 7 innings with only 4 Ks. But that doesn't mean Alcantara didn't have filthy stuff. Check out this 100-mile-an-hour elevated fastball at 19 inches of run. Here's a home plate view of a 98-mile-an-hour sinker with 18 inches of run. And he also had filthy sliders. Here's an overlay of a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and an 89-mile-an-hour slider, and you can see how well they track to the plate together, and that slider veers off. Alcantara's slider is probably his 3rd best pitch, but you can see what makes that pitch effective, and what makes him so tough to hit. Luis Severino had 7 Ks and 6 strikeouts thanks to his sliders and fastballs, and I freaking love him pitching with emotion. It's one of my favorite things in baseball. He was outdueled by Justin Verlander, who didn't have a lot of Ks, but did have this 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Verlander shows no signs of slowing down. Although he did have a near-death experience during this game with this 109.8-mile-an-hour line drive off Aaron Judge's bat. And look at the insane movement on this line drive. It looks like it has 10 feet of horizontal break. Alek Manoah had 6 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings and featured his 6 slider and nasty 2-seamer. But my favorite part of the game was Manoah begging to stay in as his manager Charlie Montoyo came out to pull him. Manoah is a freaking dog. The man loves to compete. Ty Walker had 5 strikeouts in 6 innings thanks to these splitters. Opponents are only hitting 155 off his splitter with a 30.8% whiff rate. Nick Pivetta had another solid outing, going 7 innings with 4 strikeouts. His ERA is now 3.25. He had this knuckle curve KO. I'll let my man Steve Willis count him out. And here's an overlay of his fastball and knuckle curve, and you can see what makes both of those pitches so effective. Pivetta's been pitching like an ace the last couple of months. Julio Arias had these wicked breaking balls and fastball. He even got a sword on an elevated 94-mile-an-hour fastball. He had 9 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run. And remember, I did say take Julio Arias for 8 or more strikeouts, and at plus 420, that would have been a lot of green. Kyle Hendricks had 6 Ks in 7 1/3 scoreless innings, thanks to his fastballs, his changeups, and this nasty curveball. Aaron Nola had 10 strikeouts in 7 innings, putting him 3rd now in baseball behind Corbin Burns and Shane McClanahan. He had vicious knuckle curves and sinkers, and look what he did to his brother Austin here with this backdoor sinker. The city of brotherly Ks. He also had this front door sinker that had 21 inches of run. Nola's stuff is disgusting. However, Austin got his revenge. The only run of the game was off an Austin Nola hit off his brother Aaron. Thanksgiving is going to be fun in the Nola household. Nola is climbing into the Cy Young race, and his ERA now 2.98. Mackenzie Gore was also nasty in this game, having these fastballs and this breaking ball that made Bryce Harper duck. But my filthiest starter yesterday was Graham Ashcraft. Ashcraft had 8 strikeouts in 8 innings thanks to these 99 and 100-mile-an-hour cutters. Yes, he's a starter throwing 99 and 100-mile-an-hour cutters, and they're wicked. Here's a 99-mile-an-hour dead zone cutter that gets a sword, and then a 100-mile-an-hour cutter from this home plate view. Ashcraft is a rookie and has an amazing upside. You may look at grabbing him in your fantasy leagues. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Adam Ottavino had this wicked slider that broke 20 inches and was called a ball somehow. I don't know where this missed, unless it was high. I mean, it literally broke across the entire plate. And then here's a home plate view of an Ottavino changeup that had 21 inches of arm side run. And look at that thing drop. We need more of these views in our lives. John Schrieber lowered his ERA to .81 this year and got another hold, thanks to his sinker and his slider. And you can see in this overlay how tough that combo is to hit. You basically have to guess. Phil Maton had these nasty breaking balls. Luis Garcia had these vicious sliders and awesome K-struts. Opponents are only hitting .034 against his slider with an amazing 63.3% whiff rate. That thing is unhittable. But my filthiest reliever yesterday was Jimmy Yacabonis. My man was throwing UFOs. He had this slider that broke 19 inches glove side, and then this amazing rising two-seamer that ran 19 inches arm side. What in the living hell is that? And I overlaid them just for fun so you can see how far these pitches end up apart. Just pure insanity. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. Check out Brewers first base coach Quentin Berry's kicks.
Quentin Berry. Oh, man.
Wow, look at him.
Come on.
Lights up on this.
Yeah.
Souls.
Okay. That's even better than I thought.
Wow. Down there.
That's pro.
My picks for today are Chris Bassett plus 330 to have 8 or more strikeouts. I love watching Bassett pitch, and he did have 9 Ks his last time out against the Marlins. I expect more of the same. I also have Max Fried to have 8 or more strikeouts today. He's also plus 330, and Fried is a big game pitcher. He had 8 strikeouts earlier in the season against the Dodgers, and I expect him to rise to the occasion and pitch another great game. What do y'all think?